Good morning, artists. It's good to see you. I am Mr. Noah. Last week we drew a bunch of faces. So today we're gonna focus on drawing people and drawing their entire body. Our project at the end of today is going to be a drawing for our mother because Sunday is Mother's Day. So we need to make sure we do something nice for our moms. So we will finish our picture today by making a Mother's Day project. So let's quickly review what we did last week, which is drawing faces. So we're gonna start here at the top. I'm gonna draw a really simple, just rounded shape for my head. And then I'm going to add the eyes, and the eyes are usually around the middle of the head, so about here. And I'm gonna put 2 dots on either side. And I usually fill those dots in, but I leave a little bit of white, just enough to make a little bit of shine in the eyes, something like that. I want eyebrows, and then a nose. And remember, noses can be a letter of the alphabet. So I'm gonna go with the letter U for my nose. And then I'm gonna give my person a mouth. So I'm gonna draw from side to side, give them a nice smile, and a little bottom lip just by putting that little bump underneath. I'm gonna give them some ears on either side, right by where the eyes are. So I'm gonna draw their hairline across their ears, and I'm gonna draw the outside shape of their hair, something like that, and their chin. So now I have a face. I also want to erase this line right here at the top. I don't need that line anymore. Okay, so now I have this little cute little girl character. Let's add a body to our heads. So the body usually should be as big as the head, if not bigger. So let's just make sure that our body is at least the same size as our head. So I'm gonna make her body about to there. And I'm just gonna draw a shape underneath her head. So I'm just gonna do a big rounded sort of rectangular shape. And I'm gonna connect it with a neck. So now she has a body. And I can change the shape of this body. I can make it wider, I can make it longer, taller, skinnier, however I wanna do that, but I'm just gonna make a normal body for now. And our legs and arms always come from the corners here. Our arms come from the shoulders and our legs come from these corners. So I'm gonna have my person with one arm going this way and one arm on this side, because a lot of people just hang their arms off to the side. Remember, it starts up here on the shoulder. I'm also gonna give her some legs coming off the sides. And now let's give them some hands. We don't have to be too complicated with our hands, especially being a young person. It's really hard to draw this complicated hand. So as long as we draw a thumb off to the side, and then all the other fingers come together, then you can have a pretty good hand. And cartoon characters usually only have 3 fingers and a thumb. So that's what I'm gonna do. So remember, thumb comes off the side and the other fingers stick together. I'm also gonna give her some feet. Let's just do little bumps off of either side and then round the bottom. And now there's a couple of lines that I don't need anymore.
I don't need this line, I don't need this line, I don't need this line, I don't need this line.
Okay, now let's give her some clothes. We're gonna give her a belt right here, lines right here for her t-shirt. We're gonna do a curved line underneath her neck like this. We're gonna do a curved line down here for her pants. I'm gonna give her a bracelet and maybe a little necklace. I'm gonna give her some kitty ears and maybe something on her t-shirt. I'm gonna give her, let's see, what does she like? She really likes stars. So I'm gonna put a star on her shirt. And there's a basic drawing of a body. Now let's just take a second to sort of practice this really quick. We're gonna draw 3 people really, really fast. So we're gonna start with a head right here, just a circle. I'm gonna put another circle here, and then another circle, I guess, right about here. So those are gonna be all the heads of our people. Now let's draw some bodies underneath each one. I'm gonna make this guy really tall. So I'm gonna draw a really long rectangle. This person's gonna be pretty short, so I'm gonna draw a little tiny body. And this person's gonna have something called a peanut body. So it's gonna be a little bit rounder here at the bottom. Almost looks like a guitar or a peanut. And that's gonna be more of a body shape for that person. Now let's give them some legs and arms. Remember shoulders? All of our arms come from shoulders, and all of our legs come from these corners right there. If you wanna put dots there, that's a good idea. I'm gonna have this guy. Put some legs. This guy's gonna have really long, tall legs because he's a tall person. So a little baby in a diaper, more of a mom character and more of a dad character. Okay, artists, so today's assignment is a Mother's Day project. We're gonna draw my mom's happy place. Because we've been stuck in the house for so long, our moms haven't been able to do all of the things that they probably wish they could be doing right now, like hanging out with friends or going on vacations or going to their gym. I know that my mom, if she could pick anywhere right now, I know that she loves Hawaii and she loves going to the beach. So I'm gonna put my mom on the beach, but I want you to think about where your mom would go and where your mom's happy place is. And that's what you're gonna draw today. Okay, artists, let's start the drawing of our mom in her happy place. So I'm gonna start by drawing my mom first, and I'm just gonna put her right here in the middle of my paper since she's the most important part. And I'm gonna start by making a shape for her head, and then a neck, and then I'm gonna make her body underneath that. So I'm just gonna do a rounded shape for her body. Something like that. Now decide what your mom's gonna be doing. Is she just gonna be standing or sitting or running or walking? I'm gonna have my mom, I think she's gonna be sitting in a chair. So I'm gonna draw my legs coming off of this way. She's gonna be sitting in a chair. And I think she's gonna be holding a drink. Now I'm gonna try to draw the chair behind her. So I'm just gonna draw this really simple chair shape. Okay, now I can add some details. I'm gonna make my mom's face. I'm gonna give her some big, beautiful eyes. Remember, leave a little bit of white for shine. Eyebrows, of course. I'm gonna give her a bump for her nose. My mom has kind of a round nose, so I'm definitely gonna give her a C for her nose. My mom has a nice long smile. I'm gonna give her little lips, because I want her to look pretty. And my mom wears glasses, so I'm gonna give her some glasses. And let's give her some hair. So remember, you draw the shape of the hair around the head first. My mom has kind of short hair. Come down to her shoulders like this. And then you connect a line from ear to ear. And that's the hairline. And then you can come back and erase that top of that head. That actually looks a lot like my mom. Okay, now that I have her face done, I'm gonna give her some clothing. So I'm gonna draw a nice long curve like this. I'm gonna give her a tank top because she's on the beach. And I'm gonna draw her fingers, and I'm gonna give her a nice refreshing drink with a straw and maybe a little umbrella in it, like that. I'm going to erase some of these lines that I don't need, because there's a couple of lines like here where her legs were attached to her feet, and up here where her shoulder connects, and there's a couple of sketchy lines around her hands that I don't like, so I'm going to erase those. I'm going to put some ice cubes in her drink. Okay, now we're going to actually draw her happy place. So since she's on the beach, I'm going to draw some water down here hitting her feet. I bet she would love to have her toes in the water right now. I'm going to draw some horizon lines in the back, so some curves for the beach. So I just grabbed a bunch of different cups of markers and pens and Crayola markers and that kind of stuff. I don't know what I'm going to use, so I just got a bunch of it just in case. So I want you to notice that I didn't trace every single line exactly the way that I drew it, because I just wanted them to be a little bit different in some places, and I didn't like the original line. So I just drew right over top of it the way I wanted to. You can see my toes are totally different than they used to be, and I didn't trace every line. So only trace stuff that you want to trace, because you can always come back with an eraser and erase all of those pencil lines. So I'm going to start with my mom's face and her skin. I just try to look for any sort of browns or beiges that I could find that might match her skin color. I think that this might be the closest, so I'm going to go with this color. And I'm going to start by just really lightly covering or coloring in her face. But I'm not going to push too hard because I want to be able to see all of my lines still. And I can always come back and add more color, but it's really hard to erase colored pencil. So okay, now I'm going to color in her clothing. I decided to use a marker for this. It'll just go a little faster. Okay, so that is my finished piece, and that is a really nice little present that you can give your mom for Mother's Day. All right, that's my finished picture of my mom's happy place. I'm gonna put this in the mail today to make sure that she gets it by Sunday. So hopefully I can make her day. Please, please, please do this project or something for your mom for Mother's Day. And as always, take pictures, please turn them into Google Classroom, please email me your pictures or post them on Google Classroom so they know that you tried and did the assignment. And I will see you next week with a new project. Bye guys.